And I'm sure that when you hand over your business plan to anyone who wants to see it, and it's 12 pages, they would see that it's not too much, yes, but they will also see that you're somebody who's serious. They will see that you put in the work. Unlike just presenting a 2 or 3 page business plan that may not show that you have done the work, or that will not show as though you know exactly what it is you're doing. So, yes, thank you. Anyone? Yes, thank you. God bless you. As in, I didn't say the right now. Find the perspective. I'm sorry, I'm hungry, so I'm going to be a little distracted. Okay, so like I was saying, what I would like to share with you today is a 12-page simple business plan. But before we go into the practicals or the nitty-gritty, what exactly is a business plan? I like to just let us think through that a little bit. The business plan, of course, is a written document. It's expected to be in a written document. What it wants to do is that it wants to present to whoever is interested a little background or little information that motivates or that is about to motivate that business that you want to do. The person wants to see uh, what the problem is that you're trying to solve or what opportunity you're trying to grasp. They want to see the financials. They want to see how much exactly you will need to start a business if you will need money at all. Because one of the things I also say to anyone who gets to listen that there are some businesses that you don't even need money to start. There are some businesses that you just need some resource, some information to get started. And most often than not, I like to show a lot of young people how they can actually get to start a business even without money, especially if it's a service-oriented kind of business. So that can be a topic, for another day. So in a business plan, you want to capture a little bit of the background, something that is motivating the business, a little bit of the problem, some bit of the financials, what the goals and objectives or the amount of money you even want to make in the business, or everything that you would like to accomplish, with that business. So a business plan actually supports the business model and explains the sequence of activities that will be that will entail in the business pretty much. Now, like I told you, my formula, I call it the 12 commandments. So in this page, if you can see my screen, you see how I have broken down the 12 components that you need in a business plan. Now, this is standard for any business plan in any environment, whether you're starting your business in America, or you're starting your business in Nigeria, in Africa, anywhere in the world. These are about the 12 or 13 elements that must be in your business plan. And it is not a one size, or how do I say it now? It's not a casted on stone formula the way I've presented them. Some items may come before another with some people. Some of them may come after. It just depends. But for me, I made it a sequence based off of what should come first, what should come second, third, in my opinion. And like I said, this information I'm sharing is standard globally, but it also depends on your style and your presentation, and how you want to put it forward. So this is more or less like a summary of all the elements or all the components that you should have in the business plan. The first thing, of course, anybody will see when they pick up your business plan is a cover page. Your cover page has to be appealing enough. Are you kidding me? My battery is low. Your cover page has to be appealing enough, has to look good, has to have a couple of components. You should have things like a logo. If you have a business idea, it is idea. One of the first things you should begin to think about is a logo for your business. Of course, your business name on one side. You should also title that document, and of course, the title of that document is a business plan, right? Now, somewhere down beneath, either underneath the place where you have the business name or you have the title of the document, you should also have your business address and some contact information, whether you have an office or not. If you want to, for small businesses, some people even want to work from home these days, or use your home address until you are sure to get a shop or get a business address. But there has to be some address, some registered address somewhere, and then of course a phone number and email. And then it's also important to capture the dates. I mean, around the time that you're writing the business plan. You don't want to have your business plan be presented as somebody's wondering when was this business plan done. Don't forget that a business environment or a business for that matter would have things changing per time. So if the person sees that this business plan was written in February of 2023, they know that you're talking about a current or a recent idea. And that makes him know that this is something really on the top burner or something that should be discussed like now. So don't forget to have a date in the front cover page of your business plan. But one of the things you also want to have is a confidentiality statement as well. You want to say something about the fact that this document should not be duplicated in part or in whole, or you want to say there's a trade secret in this document you don't want anybody to replicate or to disclose, whatever it is. But just say something if there's anything anyway in your business plan that is confidential and you are putting it forward as a warning that nobody should use it. And in fact, you can actually take somebody, you can sue somebody if you suspect that they have tampered with some content of your document. So the first thing is the front page. And this is what I've just explained now is how we should look at it. And all this thing I'm telling you, they are practicable. And as I'm speaking, for some of you who are starting a business immediately, who need this information to take a decision, you can begin to start noting down these things. And before we're done in the next 30, 45 minutes, you realize that your business plan is ready. So the cover page, table of contents is of course the first thing, the first element of your business plan of any kind. Please, I want to be sure that I'm being heard. I mean, if I'm being heard, someone should just say something to me. Let me be sure that even though it's echoing, I'm being heard too. Am I being heard? Hello?
Go on.
But is it clear enough, even though it's echoing?
Yes.
Okay. So the second element of your business plan should be your executive summary. Now, an executive summary is a must. Most busy CEOs, most big people, just in case you're looking for someone to sponsor or fund or provide you a loan or whatever, may not have the time to go through all of your business plan, especially if there are 12 pages. But the executive summary is one page that a busy person may just want to flip through to have an idea, like a holistic idea, what the rest of the components in your business plan is. Okay, so you want to do a brief summary about your business, talk about the problems that your business wants to solve, talk about how you intend to solve them, talk about what the products will be, what this blue chip product, what this solution, that this beautiful, great idea that you have found out would look like. You want to talk a little bit about the product and the ways that it's going to solve or address the problem that you've identified. Or if it is an opportunity, because I mean, it's not all businesses that is necessarily solving a problem. There are some businesses that it is that you are just taking advantage of an opportunity per time. And so you want to talk about that opportunity. Maybe you woke up one morning and discovered that there is a silver or gold mine behind your window, and you are aware that this gold is limited. So it means that you will need about 2 years to be able to fetch all the gold and go and sell them. It may not be a problem because it's a goal that you just discovered, but rather that will be an opportunity that you're trying to take advantage of. So you want to describe that in your executive summary. And then as soon as you're done talking a little bit about the problem or the opportunity and explaining what the product will be and how solution driven it will be, or whatever solution it will be providing, or how nice the products that you're going to make will come out of that code, or whatever it is you want to make. Just do a quick summary anyway, talking about what that product, that business, that solution, would look like. And a little bit of everything else. Maybe talk a little bit about how much money you will make in such a short time. You want to talk about how you have even done some research and you found out that you're the only one who has that good mind at the back. Just talk about everything, small bits of your business in the executive summary. We don't expect it to be more than one page here. So talk about all the nice things that you need for him. And then if the essence of the business plan is to be able to access loan to go and dig that gold mine behind your window. You also want to add that in and talk specifically about how much you will need to be able to get this business started and how profitable it will be for whoever is going to be investing in this business, with you pretty much. So maybe at the end of this presentation, I may share with you just one page executive summary because I realized that over the years as I do business plan training, some people get confused as to what and what they should have in the executive summary, even though they already know, or even though this training will spell it out for you, all the components of the business plan. But sometimes most people get a little confused about all the elements or all the content that they should put in the executive summary. So after the executive summary, you want to move on now to talk about the business description. You want to talk about what the name of this business will be, whether it is registered or not. You want to talk about what the vision that you have for the business. You want to talk about where you're going with the business, the aims and objectives. Okay, so this is what I would do. Because I have a number of slides, I will just be going through the slide instead. Everything that I'm talking about here is already vested in the slide. So let's just go on the slide. I will share this with you so you can see it summarized in the first page. But I would rather keep sliding rather than stay on there so that you can see the screen very well. So in your business description, you want to talk about, sorry, give me a second. Let me get my charger for my laptop. Okay, so you want to talk about the vision you have for the business, where you see the company in the next 5, 10 years, or where you see the business in the next 5 years. Please go and give me my laptop charger. Bring the laptop back. Okay. Um, so you want to talk about what the long-term and the short-term objective of the business. One of the things that some people forget to do here is that when they have described or told us about the business name, they told us about the vision and the mission. Some people forget to talk about the core values. These days, people want to do business with you based off of the people behind. Some people want to do business with you based off of the people behind the business and the core values that they have and what they believe in and what they don't. Um, there are some people who will not consume certain products that you make simply because the laptop bag is on the chair. Bring the laptop bag. Some people will not patronize your. In fact, where I am, the location where I am at the moment, I realized that people would go to a Chinese restaurant because, okay, let's say for example, people go to an Indian restaurant because they feel safe going there, or rather will not go because they don't feel like these people represent their values, right? Okay, so that's by the way. Let me use another example. Some people want to know that you take your integrity very seriously. Thank you so much. Some people want to be sure that you have some level of excellence in how you deliver your service, before they do business with you. So all I'm saying is that don't forget to highlight the core values of your business after you have. So the vision and the mission is as important as the core values as well. So don't forget that. So clearly state your company name, talk about the vision, which is a long-term goal, talk about the mission, okay? You want to use words that will also help you direct the growth of your company. For example, you want to say, if you are small, you want to say that you are going to be one of the leading training and capacity building consultants. Can you hear me? You want to say, sorry please, my battery went down. You want to say you're going to be a training and capacity building consultant, the best training and capacity building consultant in your city.
Doris, you know what I'm thinking? I don't think, Doris, can you hear me?
In the next decade or something like that. Okay?
Doris,
or you want to say to be the best African restaurant in a city where you live in, for example. If it is possible to put some timing to it, you can do that. But if it is not possible to put a timing on it, you can leave it open. But sometimes people want to be sure, or people want to be sure that you're specific about what your ambitions are, what your vision or your aspirations are for the business, as well. So you want to state your company vision, mission, and core values, right? And then you also want to describe in brief what your product will look like, what your entire service or product, will look like, and what kind of solutions that you're going to be providing. So it is very important in this area, after stating what your vision is, what your mission is, what your core values are, that you also do a brief description of what your products will be or what your service will be. If, for example, they are tangible products in this case, you want to even have a picture of the product displayed around this area, because these days, of course, people are impatient or people are not patient to read and read and read. So if you have any image that already or that can further describe what your product will be like, it will not be out of place to paste them there. Okay? So you want to take note of that, right? Just a second. Please, whoever is the admin, can you please give me the admin right to be able to share my screen? Please give me the admin right to be able to share my screen.
Doris, can you hear me?
Yes.
You know what I'm thinking? When you were very clear, we really don't need to see your screen since you will share the slide with us. So you can just use yourself and let people your so it doesn't happen. Have a good conversation. Then at the end of the conversation, I'll share with the groups that need it. You understand?
No, I didn't understand.
This other system that you want to now is what is causing the echo. Right? So what I'm saying is that instead of putting that system on and sharing the screen with us, don't log in with the system. Don't share the screen with us. Just put it on for yourself and see your screen yourself. Then just talk to us with that. The slides I would share with everybody at the end of the class.
Okay, that's fine.
Mm.
But you can hear me now, right?
Clearly, it was so smooth. You
Okay, so
set it up.
exit my laptop.
Log out from the Google Meet on your other laptop. Yes, beautiful. Move on. Fantastic.
Okay, can you hear me well now?
Clearly.
Can you confirm that you can hear me well now?
I can hear you clearly.
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Yes, we can hear you clearly, ma. Thank you.
And Bukola or Mr. Ken, can you hear me?
Yes, ma, we can hear you clearly now.
Awesome. Okay, so it's better this way, Abby. Okay, so like I was saying, so we were talking about the product description. So like I said, if you have a physical product, this is a good place to want to paste the picture of your products. If, for example, even if you haven't started a business but you have a demo copy of your product, you want to paste it here. If it is a service, you want to quickly just write a brief description of what the service is. If it's a marketing service you're offering, if it is a legal service you're offering, if it is any kind of consultancy service you're offering, you just want to as minimal as possible, minimize the or use the least words that you can use to clearly define what or clearly describe what your products are. Okay, and then we will now move on now to look at what the problem and the opportunities are. Even though we had mentioned that quickly in your executive summary, it is very important that you have a particular segment or column where you clearly state what the problem is or what the opportunity is. Now, whether you like it or not, businesses all over the world are doing only two things. They are either solving a problem or they are taking advantage of an opportunity. So your business would always fall in between these two areas. If it is a problem, state what the problem is, state where this particular problem is, state the consequences of this problem, and then maybe slightly talk about what the solution you're offering here would be, but let the emphasis be more on the problem. I had also mentioned earlier, if it is an opportunity you're taking advantage of, and in fact, let me also mention this here. One of the mentalities that we have, especially in Africa, is that the business has to be an ongoing one forever. No, it doesn't have to be. There are certain businesses that takes advantage of a particular time or a particular opportunity within a particular time. And as soon as they are done solving that problem or taking advantage of that opportunity, they are moving on to another problem. Maybe some things. In fact, for some people, for some businesses, it is after making the first move to solve that first problem that they figure out that there is another connecting problem or related problem that they can solve. So not all businesses should last forever. What is important is for you to rather just be in the business of looking for more problems within your industry or within your domain to continue to solve them. Using your same brand, your same company, your same business, and your vision, there will always be problems anyway, and there will always be opportunities as well. So take time to use this column to talk a lot about what the problems are, what the consequences of these problems are, the level of negative impact that this problem is causing. And if it's an opportunity, do well also to talk about what this opportunity, is, and how profitable, it will be if you solve the problem. Then after you've done that, it's very important to present a marketing analysis or a market analysis rather. Um, you need to be able to educate whoever is studying your business plan, whether they are sponsors, whether they are partners, whether they are employees, whoever they are, whether they are going to be consultants. You need to be able to describe clearly to them what the market space is like. What exactly is going on in that market space? Whatever it is you want to do or whatever business you want to start, you would never be the first person. It is very unlikely that you'll be the first person starting that business because there is no problem that has not never occurred before. Yeah, I'm not saying that there will not be new inventions. I'm not saying that there will not be new discoveries in the technological space or in the science space or even in the art space. There could be, but it would definitely still always be similar to what could have happened or occurred in the past. So do well to do your market research to talk about who has solved these problems before, to what extent or to what degree did they solve them, what then are you coming to solve, or what just give us a brief analysis of the reality of that market space, what was in the past, what is currently, and what you foresee in the future with regards to the market space that you're going to be operating in. Okay. You also want to see if it is possible to present any changes that could be in your business, or that you, or rather, any changes that your business can bring to the space. For example, if the science or or let's say, for example, I'm going to be brief. In 15, 20 minutes, we should wrap up. But if there's a need to revisit this again next week, maybe in case we take too much time and we cannot do the questions, we cannot engage, we can do that next week. So, but is it okay? Please let me be sure that it's not inconveniencing. I mean, this is 7 o'clock. Is it still convenient for us to go on?
Yes, ma, it's very convenient. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay
Okay,
by
thank
me.
you. Okay. Is it okay with the rest of us?
Yes, ma. Go on, ma.
Okay, thank you. So, we were talking about market analysis, and I was saying that it's very important that in your business plan you present what has happened in the past within that market space, what is currently happening, and what you envisage or anticipate that will happen in the future within that market space. Now, if you're able to do this, it gives whoever is studying your business plan the confidence that you've done your work, you've done your homework. They know that you understand how the production of soap was being done 20 years ago, how the production of soap is being done now, and how you think, based on your own findings or your own inventions or your own discoveries, that if this and this is being done, if these elements and that particular chemical is being removed from soap making, there will be a lot more healthier uh, reactions, or there will be a reduction in certain consequences that happen health wise. I mean, as at now, those kinds of information would make whoever studies your business plan know that you know your onions, you know the industry, and you're going to be a leader, in that industry, and of course makes you look like a potential uh, like make your business look like a fertile ground, for any potential investor or anyone who would want to invest in. So in your market analysis, see also if it is possible to present um, in this particular segment any changes that your business will bring in the market space as well. Beyond just educating the people about what was, what is, what can be, you also want to let them know what your business would do differently, what changes it would bring. It would be a good place to have that in. Also, you also want to tell us, or tell whoever is reading your business plan, a little bit about the current key players, a little bit about the current products in the market, if there will be any changes in the market, if there would be increase in the capital, the market share. If, for example, the market size is a 2 billion naira market size at the moment, you want to tell them that this market space has the potential to be 5 million naira in the next 5, 10 years. All these kinds of statements makes whoever is studying your business plan know that you have your metrics, or you have this market space at the back of your palm, and that level of confidence would also be able to attract a lot more investors, for your business as well. You want to tell a little bit about pricing. You want to talk about what prices are being sold in the market at the moment. What pricing you may also bring in, or what difference in pricing, if there is any, that you'll be bringing into the market space as well. And then a little bit, or maybe not a little bit, fair enough information about what the competition is, and what competitive advantage that you, even though there's going to be a space to talk about competition later in the business plan, but a little throw in there about what the competitive activities is with regards to the kind of products or services that you're talking about, and also a little bit about the competitive pricing as well. Now, one of the things that most excited, passionate, enthusiastic business people do, or do not do, or forget to do, that makes their business plan sounds too good to be true. And sometimes when it is that way, the investor or the sponsor or the partner or the employees or whoever you are speaking with part time may decide to just put your business plan on the side and begin to think about it, or begin to pray about it, or begin to ask the Holy Ghost to direct them if it's something they want to be part of or not. Is that you forget to add what the potential risk of the business, what those risks could be. There is no business venture, including the life that the air that we breathe, or the life that we live, that do not have some elements of risk. There's no human being who is walking through the face of the earth who does not have a negative side, or a risky, or some gaps or some window. I mean, it could be that either you have a health challenge, or you have an emotional imbalance, or there's just something that's not going to be perfect, about you, your business, or your person, or whatever it is. Talk more of your business. So it is very important that you state a little bit, even though, yes, as a businessman or a businesswoman, you don't want to talk too much about the potential risk, or emphasize too much on it, because of course, if you put your gaps out there, or you put your lacunas out there, it means that you're telling the people, giving the people many reasons why they should not do business with you, or why they should not even work with you. So yeah, some people want to be silent about their risk, but it's not a wise thing to do. Talk a little bit about your risk. Tell them that if the rainy season um, is too much, some of your tomatoes that you are planting may not even come to full term, because the excess water or too much water may spoil something. Just say a few things that could be the downside of your business, so that the people would know that there's some level of balance, and that your business plan is looking realistic. Because if you're so ambitious, so passionate, that all you do is just hype the business, talk about the positive elements of your business, without talking about some of the gaps or the lacunas that may exist, you may put off some potential investors who would think that this is just too juicy, to be true. So you want to look at that, okay? And then finally, you want to ensure to educate. You want to, overall, talking about the market analysis, what you're trying to do is to ensure that you educate the people about the market space, or the market share, that you're going to be in. So as much as possible, let this element or this segment of your business plan educate as much as possible. Now, the one that I'm very interested in is the operations plan. This is the how of your business, and this is exactly what will fuel, what will run, what will strengthen your business. Or how do I say that? This is the fuel for you. This is the activity of your business. So you want to do well to, with very minimal words, not too much words. Um, you want to do well to tell us what the day-to-day activities of your business would look like. Uh, from where you get your raw materials from, if it is one village somewhere in your local government, or if you live in Abuja, if it's one village somewhere in one man village, you are going to get oranges. If it's orange juice you make, to how you are going to transport it from one man village to your house in Gwarimpa.
My data is
What you see, that will squeeze the juice, to how you're going to add some natural additives to whatever it is you want to add, to how you're going to be getting bottles from somewhere in Apapa in Lagos, and you have somebody who produces recyclable bottle, whatever. Just tell us those everyday activity, from getting those bottles from Apapa to how there is your cousin somewhere who's going to be helping you fill the bottles neatly in a nice room that has been separated for just this purpose, and how they cork them and put the branding label on it, and how you put them in the carton, and how you have a delivery van that goes to deliver them from shop to shop, and how your juice shelf life is only 7 days, and after 7 days you go and take them off if they've not bought them. Those everyday activities is what we want to see. And then how you're going to promote it, how you're going to market it, who is going to come and who are the target market for your juice. Children love it. Now, as much as I'm saying all of these things, you have to find a way to minimize the words to explain this, because yes, you want to give the nitty-gritty about the operations activity or the day-to-day activity, but you don't want to take too much words to explain that. These also, of course, should all fall down into a one-pager. So you should know the information that is most important in your operations, in your day-to-day activities, and those information that are most critical, that are most important, are the ones you should put forward. Okay? About distribution activity as well, because what is important is that the product must leave your shelf, must leave your house, your shop, your store, your warehouse, your production, whatever, and get to the end user. So you must be able to tell us what sort of distribution strategy you're going to have. Are you going to have middlemen who comes to take the product after you've done the production? Are you still going to be the one directly responsible for the distribution of your products to the retailers or to the end users? You need to let us know how that distribution strategy would work. Okay, so you should summarize that. Just summarize the channels of distribution for us. Okay, and then if it is service based, because some businesses, I'm in the service based industry. As much as I try my hands once in a while on some products based business, but I like a lot more service based. So if it is service based, for example, if you are a lawyer and you offer legal services, you need to tell us what the operations look like. You have an office somewhere in a plaza in Wusing, you have a secretary who takes inquiries. This secretary or marketing person goes out to companies to write letters to them and tell them that you're offering legal service, and they come back to make inquiries, and your secretary picks these inquiries and send you a mail to say this person wants to access a service for divorce, for example. If somebody wants to get divorced and they need your service as a lawyer, they need to fill an inquiry form, and you need to give them a quotation, and they need to pay a certain percentage of the fee, and then when you deliver your service in full. However, so tell us all of that process, how it happens. And then when you deliver and you get judgment, positive judgment from the person, this is how you close it. When you get negative judgment for the person, this is how you close it. So pretty much, even a service business, you need to be able to give us a brief description of how the process starts and how it ends. So a general overview of operational activities would help your investors or your partners or your employees better understand your business and decide to want to either work with you or not, right? So the next element is talk about your competitive advantage. This is what some people call the SU. So you can decide to call it a UVP or a USB. So you need to state clearly what your competitive advantage is. Like I'd always say, even though some people tend to refute it, there is nothing new that you want to do today that has never been done before. Thank God for Google. Thank God for the internet. When you put anything, sometimes I come up with an idea as little as a business name. I slot it into Google and I saw that there's somebody in Minnesota somewhere, or there's somebody in who had utilized that name before. So as basic as even name, you find out that
What are the for your data? Empty. Which option do you use? Star
would have been existing. Maybe you're trying to solve it in your own unique way. But the point I'm trying to make is that there is always somebody who have done something similar to whatever it is that
Who is
you're
your
thinking that
husband?
you're going to do. So if that is the case, there is also a likelihood that there will be so many other people in that industry or in that space where you want to do that business who may have been doing that business or are still doing the business up till now. And you're coming into that space. So, what are you going to be doing differently? Why should we no longer buy Coca Cola and buy some other kind of drink that you say tastes as good as Coca Cola, is refreshing as Coca Cola, but does not provide the
Which one is that? Is it the same category? So one.
So, whatever business you choose to want to do, make sure that you have something that would distinguish you. And that thing that would distinguish you has to be sellable. It shouldn't be something that would distinguish you and people don't even care. So, if it is something that would make you different, but it's not something that people care about, or it's not a major aspect or a major solution that you're providing, then you will still not be able to sell that UVP very well. And you know
For 6,000.
that is your competitive advantage. So be sure to do your research work.
Compared to buying 6K elsewhere, actually. Not bad. But it was 5K before. It was 5K, but it was 50. No.
People already have been using that same competitive advantage. So you don't want to now be saying that you are going to be different in a certain way that is already something that somebody else is doing. I mean, that's just going to make you laughable, and that's not something you want. Okay. So one of the things you should also do in your competitive advantage segment or your competitive analysis segment is to also list your competitors as well. You need to outline all the companies who are doing similar things that you're doing. Outline those ones who are going to be at your own level. Outline those ones who are going to be doing it at a bigger scale than you. Outline those ones who are going to also be doing it at a lower scale as well. It's very important that you know the players. What kind of positioning that you would life wire for your business. I have had people come up with different cliches. One of my favorites is the one that says a business that does not advertise is like a man who is winking at a lady in the dark. Now, he wants the lady may even want him to, but because he's winking at her in the dark, she would not be able to see him to even know that he's interested in her in the first place. So, any business for that matter who is not advertising or who does not have a marketing plan or marketing channel is heading nowhere. Yeah, there are some businesses that would organically or naturally have people come and patronize you, especially if you sell um, life essentials like water or like healthcare or like, in fact, these days, if I heard that there are certain businesses that should not be advertised. That is, there are certain businesses that is unethical to advertise. Businesses like healthcare or pharmacy, hospitals, I hear people don't advertise it, but I'm sorry to tell you that in many parts of the world, you have to advertise because there are several hospitals like yourself. So why should people come to you if they don't even know that you exist? So I don't know, maybe we'll have that conversation for another day about those industries that are unethical to advertise. But the point here is if we're not talking about hospitals or any of those other ones, it is very mandatory for you to have a marketing plan for whatever business. In fact, besides um, besides um, finding the solution to the problem, that you want to solve, or taking advantage or being clear about that opportunity, the next thing that should bother you should be how you're going to get the people who would patronize the service, how you're going to get the people who will patronize the product. Because if you make the products and you're not certain about who will buy them, you're going down almost immediately. I'm sorry to tell you, but that is the hard fact. So talk about how you intend to attract your customers, how you intend for them to find you. Okay, what type of marketing strategies and channels do you intend to use? Now remember, like I said, that if you start a business and you don't plan to market it, just know that you're planning to fail. So also take note here that not all marketing channels or all marketing strategies work for all kinds of business. In our day and time, thank God, marketing and advertisement has come cheaper than it used to be. Thank God for Facebook. Thank God for social media generally. If you are really serious, in fact, and I'm speaking to myself actually, some of us are doing what we're doing, but we're not ready to put in the work and put in the sacrifice to be consistent about making all the noise that there is to make about our product or our business or our service. So if you're really serious about getting people to see you, to hear you, and then of course to subsequently patronize you, you have to be consistent at whatever strategy that you choose. So make it clear from day one how your customers will find you. If it is social media, stay with it. If it is radio, stay with it. If it is print, stay with it. If it is flyers, whatever it is. And if it is the combination of a couple of them, make sure that you're doing them strategically. The number 10 things, components of a business plan, of course, is the team. In this case, we say management team. I don't like to use management because it's a big word. Now, when people are starting small businesses, and I think that's what I don't know even if this is too much grammar, because one of the things I also like to do is to conduct this training in pidgin English if possible, or conduct this training in the language that people understand. I can teach business plan writing in Hausa if the woman does not understand English. I mean, that's the most, in fact, the most important thing is to simplify it as much as possible, but even more so, learning or acquiring skills or education or whatever it is. What is important is that you're able to transfer the information and the person on the other end is able to understand it and is able to apply it. So it doesn't matter whether it is English or it is pidgin or if it is Hausa or whatever it is. What is important is that people are able to understand and they're able to apply. So when I say management team, I don't like to use that big word because what I'm trying to say is that some small businesses are not going to be operating in a formal setting, so to speak. Somebody, for example, who is trying to sell kulikuli, for example, a woman wants to start doing kulikuli business with 50,000 or 100,000, and you're talking about management team. What management team is that? So in my own little way of translating that, I would just want to call that the people, or maybe for the sake of for the middle class, or some of us who are here, maybe the team. But because this is a formal class, it's okay to just say management team. But then just know that what this means is the people who are going to be behind the business. Okay? So you want to describe the people behind the business. Most of the time, it starts with you if you are the owner of the business. So you probably be the CEO. Some business owners are even afraid to call themselves CEO. There's nothing wrong to be in charge of your business. A CEO means you are the chief executive officer, you're the number one officer. There's nothing wrong with owning it and being in charge, even though I understand that you're not doing it with any iota of pride, but you are the owner of your business and you are the number one uh, man who's going to be held responsible if anything goes wrong, and of course if anything goes right. So we're talking about the people behind the business. Describe the CEO, describe the chief executive officer, describe the owner, describe the manager, describe the founder, describe whoever, depending on whatever name you choose to use. And then talk about the key team, the key people. Now, when we talk about the key people, in an official business setting, yeah, you may want to talk about the fact that you have the CEO, and then you have the manager, and then you have the accountant, and then you have the secretary, and then you have the salesman, like that, depending on the size of the business. But in some cases, don't forget that in the beginning of a small business, you are the CEO, you are the accountant, you are the salesman, you are everything. It is as time goes by, your business begins to take shape, that you begin to actually put faces to those portfolios or to those key personnel. Now, one of the things I also would recommend that you do, especially for small businesses, and like I say, small, I don't care what you're starting with, 20,000, 50,000, whatever. Get an accountant friend, or ask somebody, please, do you know any accountant who, whenever I need him, can help me offer some accountant service? If they say yes, call that person and tell the person you want to start a business. You don't have money to hire an accountant now, but you want to put him on the list somewhere in the waiting, that as soon as you can afford an accountant, you would have him. But if he doesn't mind and he can be part of your team um in waiting, that you would like to put him as one of your team in your papers whilst you're trying to get funding, or whilst you're trying to get started. More often than not, he will say it's okay, because even him himself, he need to market his own accounting service now. So more often than not, he will say okay. And when he says okay, that's one management team added there. Okay? You put him in your document when you are saying, oh, you ask him, please give me your profile or give me your portfolio. Just give me short, just write 2-3 sentences about yourself. You get him. You have a younger sister who just finished secondary school, or whatever, waiting for job. She can be your salesperson. She may not literally be your salesperson at the moment, but you can put her name, just chat with her one evening. You are sitting and say, tell her that, oh, this is my egg business I'm starting. I'll be sending you small once in a while. So you're going to be my salesperson. I'm not saying it must be her. I'm just giving you an example. You can choose. It can even be your friend. It can be your friend who is interested in your growth as a poultry owner. She may not necessarily be physically there all the time, but the fact that she's interested in your business, or maybe even has any kind of advice for your business, you just want to add her. So sometimes an average 2, 3, 4 persons being in your key team members is enough for you to present in your business plan as your team members. The important thing there is that whoever is reading your business plan wants to know that you're not alone, wants to know that you have support, wants to know that some other people are also supporting you, whether morally, financially, or resourcefully, whichever way. So have that at the back of your mind. And I'm saying this for those who are starting really, really small. For others who are starting at some mid-level, you may even have all this in check. You may have a lawyer friend who can serve as a lawyer already. You can have an accountant friend who can serve as an accountant. You can have your wife who can be your salesperson, or who can be your manager, or who can be whatever it is. So it's up to you. So include these guys and add a little bit of their accomplishments. So if they have any background that can help your business look good on the surface, put it. The accountant person that you approach, of course, will have gone to school to study accounting now, and he will run the practice. Adam, your wife, where you marry, will be person way like business or something. Adam, So by the time you do this, 2, 3, 4 persons will just make up your team, your management team. I mean, since it's English that is needed, So you can use this to be able to set up your team. And then we now move on now to talk about the financials. This is a place where you need help. This is the place where I need help personally. Whenever I'm setting up a business plan, or whenever I'm trying to set up a business, because the financial part can get a little tricky, especially for some of us who hate maths, who don't like anything that has to do with money. I don't like calculation, though. When it's paper money, I can count it. But anything that has to do with bring this down, take this up, I'm not interested. So for some people, when you're trying to put the finance part of your business in, or put them together, you may need help with someone who's good with finance to just help you do it the normal standard way, profit and loss. You know what profit? It means you also profit and loss. And plus and minus all these, I don't confuse. So I don't even like to talk about them. What I just know is that I can tell you how much it will cost me to pay salaries for a year if I'm paying 10,000 per month. So that's personnel by 3 people. I already know that what that comes to. Production of the soap that I want to make. I know that I'm going to buy gasoline or cerealine or whatever lean they are buying. I'm buying this XYZ number of jerry can of this product, of that product, of that product, and I'm going to use these XYZ tools to be able to do the production of the soap. You write that down. Whatever kind of technology that is going to be needed, if you need any kind of machine or whatever, you want to put that down. If there's going to be need for you to have a distribution van, no matter how small, if it's the Kekena Pep type you want to buy, you put that down, and there's going to be a man who's going to be responsible for the distribution. You want to put that down. If there's going to be a need for you to advertise your products, of course there will be a need. If there is a budget for that, if it's Facebook you want to use, you write that down. If there's any kind of extra delivery service or after delivery service that you want to offer as well, and it costs money, you also want to write that down. Now, all of these things that I mentioned here are just samples. You know your business, you know the nitty-gritties that are going to be required in terms of the resource that you need, in terms of the financial requirement that you need. So it is you who will know how to put all that. But what is important is that you must outline a financial plan that defines your financial model, or your monetary or your finance model, and make the profit and loss assumption. Because by the time you put all these things together, you don't count the cost. Even the Bible says that you want to build a house, you should count the cost. Now, after you've counted the cost, the next expectation is for you to assume the profitability of this business, and of course the losses as well. So that projection must be captured, and that's where, like I said earlier, a little bit of how much losses, which will be risk, will be encapsulated, so that whoever sees will know that there will be loss from excess of this or that, or from breakages of this or that, or from something like that. So get your finance together, but you would need help with someone who has a bit of some accounting background to be able to help you do that. So this plan should include the expected annual sales and profit for the next 2 to 3 years. So when you're planning the business, you can plan annually, but it's important for us to see the projection of the business for year 1, year 2, and possibly year 3, depending on how much you're willing to assume. So this is what the finance will look like. Then the last but not the least is, if more often than not, most people write business plans because they want to access a loan, or because they want support, or because they want someone to see the plans that they're having, or the kind of business that they want to start. But more often than not, people write the business plan basically for finance. But I like to say that business plan is not necessarily for you to attract finance. I feel that the business plan should be more or less like the roadmap or the Bible for your business. Your business plan should be the one that educates everyone, including your employees. Some of you, your employees are coming, or your employees are working for you. You don't want them to see your business plan. Why? If they see your business plan, they get to even understand the vision of the business, and that way they are able to envisage with you, or visualize, whichever English word we use, with you, to know that, this person is projecting that this business will be like this by this year. So if I'm still with this person and this business actually actualizes this assumption or aspiration, I would enjoy this and that and that. In your business plan too, it will also help educate the people who are working with you, your partners, where you are going, so they can also stay committed and play their own role and their own part, so that they can also reap the dividend of the business as well. So the area of the prayer or the request area is for you to state clearly what you are asking for, if you are asking. So if you are writing a business plan not because you want funding, good and fine, then there's no need to make any requests here. Maybe your prayer should be that it is your prayer that by this year, this is how the business will be. If it's your prayer that you want your friends, family, and relatives to support you, this is the place you want to put that, so that when you go and start sharing the business plan to your uncles and all that, tell them that page 11 is the most important page for them to see, to be able to support you. So state clearly what you want. If you want funding, state that you want funding, and be precise about the amount of money that you need. If it is partners that you want to come and be investors of your business, or just come and contribute their own intellectual resource, please let them know. If it's employees that you need, the right kinds of employees, please say so. Whatever it is, I don't know. You know the purpose for which you're writing your business plan. So in your prayers, make all your requests known. And God, of course, will answer your prayer. And then in summary, which is the last part, you're going to need a conclusion part. In that conclusion part, just like the executive summary, you want to once again summarize everything that you've written in your business plan. You want to talk about your the purpose for which you're writing the business plan again. You want to talk about how you envisage that this business in the next 5 years will be here, 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 here. You want to envisage that all things being equal, plus and minus, the risk and the profitability and the losses and all that. This and this and this is what you hope, that you would see. Okay, and then you want to reiterate the purpose of the business again. Talk about the problem that you want to solve, the solution that you're offering, and all that. And then what else do you do now? You thank the reader for taking the time to study the business plan and ask them for any advice, recommendation, or suggestion that can help your business do well. And then, of course, you do some pleasantries in there. Thank you once again um, for giving my business plan the attention that it needed, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, just those nice final things that you say, as you are going out, as you're signing out. And then you say thank you and then looking forward to your feedback, blah, blah, blah. And then you're done. And after which, class, from where I am, you're done. So after which you're done, you want to proofread your business plan again. You want to give it to someone who's close to you. If you have a husband, you give it to him. You have a wife, tell them to read it. Let it stay with you for a couple more days. Give it to people who like you, who support you, who motivate you to look at it. Tell them to check for typo errors. Tell them to check for your over ambitious components of the business. And some of them who know you, like me, I can be really excited. I can be a lot excited about anything I want to do. But I have those people who put me in check. Those people who say, hey, slow down, hey, this will not work. Or hey, give to those sets of. I'm not saying you should give to pessimists, because you don't want to share your business plan with somebody who's going to discourage you from taking that bold step of faith. Yeah. But then give it to the people who have you in check to look at it and tell you what they feel about it after reading it. And then thereafter, their feedback will help you cut down some things. Their feedback will help you reduce some things. Their feedback will help you tell you, how people will feel when they read your business plan. And if you've taken it back, you want to do your final corrections, your final proofreading before you now present it to the place where you want to present it. And then you'll be fine. I see somebody's already itching to speak. So this pretty much is all that there is talking about how to write a business plan. Okay, come. So this is all that I have to share today. If you think that there's still time, we can still take some questions and maybe do some networking a little bit. If not, then this is all that I have for you today. Thank you very much for your time and for the attention.
I can't hear you clearly, ma'am. The network is breaking.
I'm sure everybody else can hear, apart from Okbara. Can everybody else hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so
Yes.
if you have any
Yes, please.
questions, you can let me in. But before you even take questions, what I want to say, or what I always say whenever I finish my presentation, is that whatever you do, however much you know, I have this great guy called Seth Godin who said something that the only thing that is worse than starting something and failing is not starting at all. So no matter how much learning you want to do, make sure you start. Make sure that as you put that pen and paper, you've written that business plan. The business plan does not stay underneath your pillow, that you are as motivated as you are to write the business plan, you are also going to be as motivated as you are, to start the business. So whatever it is you do, beyond just writing all the great ideas, start, fail, fail again, and start, and then you'll get it right. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Any questions, I will take them. if you don't mind. Thank you so much. Is Belema still here? Is Belema here? Am I being heard? Am I being heard?
Yes.
Okay, so if anyone has a question, let me know. Anu, Oluwapo, Peter, Azazi, Titi,
Good
Halima.
evening.
Yes.
Good evening,
So if
ma'am.
anyone has a question, I'm here. I would be able to answer any question you have regarding this session so far. Chidima is here, Halima, Johnson, Josephine, Jace, Ken. Okay, Ken Ekong, you made it here. Maria Johnson, Opera Jacinta, Own a Home. Who is owning a home here? Pastor Ibifa Victor, Peter Okparadike, Sonia, Suma Dinike, Suma Adenike. I beg your pardon. I'm sorry. Okay, so somebody raised their hand. Who raised their hand? Okay, I have your hands
Yes,
already.
Martin.
Okay, awesome. So let's start with Anu Ayola. Let's hear you talk.
Thank you for the opportunity, ma'am. Thank you very, very much. I'm so grateful. All right. So, yes, this I noticed that this has been the always the thing everybody wants to get from you to give you, be it a grant, be it a loan. Everybody wants your business plan. So I've been writing my business plan since the ideation stage. I've wrote a lot of skeletal, like I've written it here and there. So I want to ask, what are take home? Like, do you have it's a general template? I function in the agro processing and in the tech world. So I want to have the person in my when I spoke with someone, when I had a session with someone, he said I should divide them into separate. There's like a separate child. When I have a child, I don't join. I don't give. I don't assume I'm giving one a meal and the other is left to starve. So I was actually asked to segregate each. And so now, and it asked me to have a model that kind of make me earn, like have a way to earn from them every day in each businesses. So because right now I'm at that verge. I've spoken to a lot of persons that okay, they're not asking me, show me the way my money is going to come back. So joining all these ones I've written over the years has been
Yeah.
so amazing. So I don't know how you can help us after this training.
Okay.
What template we can get. Thank you very much, ma'am, for the opportunity to speak.
All right. Thank you so much. So, is your question talking about the financials? And I needed to understand what you meant by the person who spoke to you asking you to segregate them to have them be different babies. Is this saying that you should break down uh, one business into three, or what exactly does he mean?
Okay, actually I have actually it's actually two businesses, different businesses. Like it is a separate business. Like I've been using an account to manage both businesses. And after my entrepreneurship training, I was told that I'm very, very wrong. So right now I'm on the verge of segregating both of them, having an account afresh to deal with each businesses afresh. Do you understand, ma?
Yes.
So they are separate businesses. So I'm to structure a model, be it a service. So it was not letting me know that I could even get grants for even a service business. I know I was thinking it's just product type. So he now said there's a way I can put the model that each businesses I should bring the form that I can earn every day. So everybody's asking me for my business plan, and I said I've written for it's for the
Okay.
agro business especially that I
Okay.
need.
Let me tell you something.
Yes,
Let me
ma'am.
tell you something. Right.
Okay, ma'am.
I have told you that I am in the development space, so we see and hear a lot about proposals, about business plans, about wanting to access grants and loans and all of that every day. Okay. I'm not sure if my statistics is right or if the figures in my analysis may be right, but I can tell you that it is like a 1,000 is like a 1 out of 1,000 ratio for people who are able to access grants and loans for their
Accepted.
businesses
I should just keep accepting, right?
with reference to the business plans that have been presented every day in Nigeria. Okay. Now, with that being said, and the reason I say this, or the reason why many business plans have been disqualified, including some that I write, because I'm not saying that I am so skillful that I have
Wow.
gotten loans or I have gotten funding for every proposal that I have written. But I'm saying this to say that there are many reasons why you will not be funded. In fact, there are, as much as there's a 1 to 1,000 ratio for people who get funded, there is also many reasons for which you will not get them, not because the proposal was not written well. I'd already told you in the course of my presentation, you could see that I told you about being overly ambitious or being overly excited and not mentioning the risk, and all that. But one of the things I want to say with regards to your own peculiar question or concern is that I don't like it when I hear all these stories of people advising you, making comments like model or asking you yeah, I like the idea of seeing how you can make a specific amount of money every day for your business. In fact, that spoke to me. That also is a lesson learned from this session myself, because I've been thinking about the service that I offer lately, and in fact today I realized that I have to pay bills every day, so it must be important to make sure that I am able to see the
Wow.
tangible
I thought
profits that
this
I
meeting
make
started like 1 hour
for
ago.
this service that I render on a daily basis, or even
See the way
if
people are
possible
just joining and joining
on an
now.
hourly basis, if possible, Yes, so there's nothing wrong. I love that advice. But what I'm trying to say is that it is, see, simplifying this thing is golden. Okay. So this your so-called agribusiness or whatever it is you say, because I still am not clear that you want to do. You have identified that there are two products or there are two businesses in one. Which
Yes, ma'am.
one can start selling on the hourly basis now? Pick
The
that one and
agro.
run with
The
it.
agro.
Leave the second one to be in the bush somewhere.
But
So
it has
not
started
that you are
generating
still.
money. That's the that business has been
Yes.
generating money for me over the years. The service that I don't earn every day. It is this agro that is something that I started not too long, but it has been yielding very fast. But because I'm used to the service business I've been doing, so I get what you're saying, man. That the
Yeah,
agro
but my
business will
point
give me.
is, whichever one is giving you the money now,
Ha.
further harness it and continue to make more money, because I'm
This
telling you
lady,
from
let me
my
read it to you.
experience.
Okay,
I'm
man.
telling you from how I felt that I could juggle
Life
so many
update
things
since I started this
together
other guy.
Hmm.
Went
because
out
I
on our
think that they
first
all
date.
align.
He
And
cleared
before
my
I knew it,
Shein
I was
card.
almost falling
Went
off the
out for
off the wagon.
drinks.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
found out he had
so
a child
take
and
that
broke up
one
with
that
him.
you are
He bought
certain
me
it is
this,
selling.
apologized
People
for
need
another
it.
chance. I allowed
Keep
him.
selling
He
it.
came
Keep
happy again. We went for
upselling it.
another
Keep
outing.
selling as
I moved in
many
with him. He
copies.
found
I don't know whether it's a service
chats in
or
my
product.
phone.
Keep selling
My
as many
ex,
as
he
you can
hit me
sell.
and broke my
When you
leg.
have sold
Was
enough,
in
there will
hospital
be
for
no
3
need to
months, unable to
naturally, in
walk.
fact, there will be no need to ask
Yes.
anybody for any kind of
He
funding
bought me
anymore.
flowers and
The other
apologized
service
every day.
Yes.
I
one
moved
will
back
be jacked
to
up
his house.
by
He
the
hits me
profits
every
that the
day.
other one has made.
He
Oh
forced me
my
to cut
God, this
my
came to my
hair.
thought today. Yes.
Yeah.
She
So
told
this
me
is
like a
what I just told you
showstopper.
now is
I
something
don't
that
even
if
know
I
why
was
people
told
book me
10
like
years
this.
ago or 8
Ah.
years ago, I would have had much money in my account than I have now.
Wow.
Do you
Ah.
understand? Because sometimes we're not started in one of the things that we're excited about, we're passionate. People are said that people are buying because you are selling that thing. People are buying and buying, and then after a while, you just feel, oh, you're excited about the next thing that is attached to it, and then you start diverting there, and before you know it, even the one that you are known for, you're weakening yourself at it. So sell and sell and sell the first one. When you are known strongly for the first one over the years, selling the adjacent or the complementing service that's attached to that one will come in easy peasy. And I've seen this happen so many times that I regretted not to have known this. Right. Okay. So then, secondly, before I let you go and let others speak, secondly, don't complicate things. Leave all these model English. That's why I'm telling you that this session that we just had now, if I have the opportunity to do it in pidgin English, I would do it. I have realized that the most successful people at buying and selling, which is business, are not the most intelligent people. They are just the most consistent and disciplined people. Some of us know everything. We have all the English, we have all the psychology and everything, but we're not doing as well as those ones that when they open their mouth to speak,
Somebody just came.
you see that they don't
When
say
I
anything.
came, there were 21
Do you
people.
understand?
Now we have
So
27, and some
focus
people are even
on
dropping off.
selling and selling and selling
Now
and
we have
selling and just
28.
sell.
It's like they're joining every
Sell
meeting.
that particular product that you have that you know that people are buying, especially if you know that they need it, please. Okay, but simplify it. Stop calling it model. Stop calling it strategy. Just if people need it, just sell it to them and take your money, and sell it again and take your money, and that's it. Okay. Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
I'm telling you this from experience.
Thank you,
Okay.
mom.
All right. Thank you so much. So who else is there? Adiola Kofoworula. Hey, day.
Yeah. Hello, good evening, ma.
Good evening,
My,
Adiola.
my name is Adeola Kofoworola King.
Day.
Yeah.
The name is three people's name.
Thank you very much. That's the name registered. So,
That's
anyway.
okay.
Okay, thank you for the wonderful presentation. It was very educative and very informative. God bless you, ma. So please, I would like to ask, quickly for all these, for our business writing and all of that, because we have to make it very professional in all we do. And then, since we don't have a template for us to do it ourselves, is it advisable for us to give it out to professionals to do it? There are some companies that they actually do that. They do that business. That you
Yeah.
could actually pay them and they get your business plan done for you, your pitch and
Yeah.
all of that. So is it advisable to contract it out instead of you doing it yourself and getting it?
Okay. So
Thank you.
I wanted to say yes. I wanted to say no. I wanted to be excited about saying no, and I realized that it could be yes. Now let me tell you why I'm caught in between saying yes or no. Um, it is important that you allow people who know how to do these things do them. But you know why I have a problem with that? For a business plan, right? It is your vision, it is your baby, it is your thing. I can tell you for a fact that I do writing of business plan for a living. I write all kinds of things for people, and the people pay me for doing these things. But one of the things that I noticed over the years whilst I do these things is the fact that no matter how professionally I write it, there's going to be something that you want to communicate in your own way and the way you understand. There's something about that your business that you want to communicate that only you can't do it the way you want to do it. And that's the reason I recommend that if you want to outsource your business plan, don't outsource it 100%. And what I mean by that is
Definitely.
that as you are outsourcing it, okay, as you are outsourcing it, be present there yourself. Make sure that you outsource it to somebody that would be reverting to you after each page or each phase has been done, so that you can read it and add what you think is missing. Don't
Thank
outsource
you.
it and just go and sleep and say, write the whole business plan for me and bring it. And then when they go and give it to you, you don't even have time to read it. And when you are presenting it to the bank or whoever you are presenting it to, you are not able to own it.
Okay, that is fine, ma. Thank you for what you said. They from experience. There are some companies those do write it. They will not do it for you 100%. At every stage, they will ask you questions, and
Yes.
they will give you. They will give you what's it called? They will ask you question. Then you be the one to fill the answer yourself when it
Yes.
comes to your business. So it's like you are giving them what exactly the business is about. But what they actually do is they do all the bar chart, the
Yes.
financials and everything. So it's easy for them to compute that and make it accurate. But when it comes
Absolutely.
to so that way you be the one to give them all the things they have to do, but they just tidy up for you.
Yes. So we just said the same thing now. So make sure that you are involved with the development of the business plan so that you can own it. So that even when they finish doing that pie chart, you will know that it is the information that you provided that, and you'll be able to describe what that pie chart is so that you don't see that pie chart and you are even more confused. Okay? I hope you got that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Doris.
Yes.
In as much as I'm very excited and that we started by 7 o'clock. So I would appreciate if you're taking questions, they go straight to the point, and let's see whether we can round up by 9 p.m. Nigerian.
Yes, we will round up
Wow.
exactly 9 o'clock
Yeah.
Nigerian time.
So please, anybody that is asking a question, please just go to the point, straight to the.
Leftover lamb meat in salad that I didn't even know existed in the freezer. My wife, she's the queen of hoarding food. Okay, so sesame oil.
Esther, let's hear Esther.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Gathered some
Well
spice.
done, man. Really
Thank you.
appreciate your effort on us. And
Thank
it
you.
prevail in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Okay, then she mixed everything together like this. And
You lost your network.
boiled it for.
Can you call me back? Can you call me back, please? Can you call me back?
And voila, this is it.
Just call me tomorrow.
I don't know how to describe how delicious this turned out at the end of the day.
Able to write their name, right? And you are able to even
Recording
write
has
a
stopped.
brief,
Oh.
a
No,
small
it's still
brief
recording.
about them
It's still
in your
recording.
management team
But then,
page.
should I pin
You would
her to the
give some
screen?
confidence to whoever is reading your business plan. He will know, they will know that there is a name, or there is a natural and existing person to that portfolio, and it gives
Okay.
life to your business plan. Some people will just indicate an accountant, just indicate it's okay, but it would just be vague. It would just be the mundane thing that everybody does. In fact,
Okay.
if you can even add their pictures in that page, it gives more life and it gives more credibility. And the person who is reading that business plan knows that the people are real life people and they are ready. The moment I bring now money, they look for the moment I have this money now. These people I will call them, they will do this, they will start this business immediately. So yeah, to answer your question, it is good that you have their names. If you can have a small brief about them, and you can even have their pictures in your management team, it makes it beautiful. And then again, if you can do like a, what do they call that thing now? The organogram, small organogram. It doesn't have to be too complex. An organogram that has 3, 5 people in it. Picture they there, their name they there, maybe a brief about them they there. Is better. So yes, it is okay if you have their name, a brief about them, and even their picture.
Thank you, ma. God bless you.
Thank you, you too. So on a home, who's selling a home to us? If you're there,
All
you
right.
want to talk.
Good evening.
Okay.
Good
Talk to
evening.
us. Yes.
All right. My name is Mrs. Akomo. Thank you for this session.
Thank you.
Uh, Unfortunately, I joined a bit late.
Yes.
I would love to have your contacts, so that maybe we can always chat with you,
No problem.
and show you what we have. Then
No
another thing
problem.
I want to stress there is that many of us are one-man businesses. So this business plan that you are saying that we should come and put in, we don't have anything. We are the alpha and the omega of the business. So what
I
do
know,
we write
right?
there? What do we write there? And
I know,
lastly,
right?
let me just say, like you said, I sell houses and lands
Yeah.
across Nigeria and in Dubai. So we can always talk if you want to buy anytime.
Yes. Okay,
Thank
that's
you.
fine. Sure. Okay, that's fine. I think that is important that I even talk to you too as well. I'm interested in the things you mentioned, and coincidentally, I'm in Dubai at the moment.
Oh,
So
really?
yes, so yeah, we can talk about real estate, and a few other things. Yeah, but talking about being the alpha and omega of your business, as much as that is so, right? It is there's nothing wrong with you being the accountant, being the manager, being the salesman, and being all of that. But one of the things I would recommend, especially for us who are interested, who's talking about owning a home and doing businesses, that a lot of integrity is required to do this business, right? And running alone sometimes is not so advisable for people who want to invest in owning a home, for example. So one of the things I'd recommend, or one of the things I would be playing with in my mind, is that I know that as you're speaking to me right now, you have a lawyer friend who may even be interested in doing real estate, maybe not abroad, but locally. You can approach that person and say, you're my friend. I don't have money to give you for your lawyer service, but just in case in the course of my work, there is a need for a lawyer service, I'll be calling on you. But in the meantime, can I just have you as uh, my two aside legal team member? Like I said earlier before, I don't know if I said it before you came. More often than not, they will say yes because they want that exposure, especially if they know you and they trust you. They will say yes. So if they say yes, put them in there on your social media as part of your team. Okay? You have an
Okay.
accountant friend. Even if you don't have an accountant friend, you can go through complimentary cards of audit and account people, because these are professions that align with the kind of businesses that we do. In all business, every business should have an account person. Every business should have a legal person, for example. Not all, but some should have. Every business should have a secretary or an assistant or something like that. This assistant can be your kid sister, it can be your kid brother. So long as if they put their face there or their name there, somebody can say, yeah, I know this person, or this person, yes, I work with this person, then that works. But having to be running alone, especially when you want to grow and you want to have a corporate feel or face to your business, I think, in my opinion, that is not so advisable. So I think that is something you want to consider, because, for example, if you run a real estate business, there's going to come a time, if not now, if it's not already, that you need to have a website. Now, if you need to have a website to put the pictures of the houses that you sell, you would need to have a segment where there is a place where we're talking about the team members of your business. And having a 3-man team, 5-man team represented with pictures there will not be a bad idea. It will add more credibility to your business, and it's something you want to consider. So that's my recommendation. And now you and I are talking, and there's a connection about to be made, for example, and this may not necessarily be me, you and I. There are different platforms you go to, and you just said what you sell, and someone say, oh, I'm interested. That's a connection established. And if it's a connection is established and we are interested in doing business, we can talk about the possibility of being partners or co-business, whatever it is we want to call it. And we can crossbreed our portfolio, on each other's business, and that forms a team. So it's not a must that you must have all the money to pay your staff, the whole staff, or pay the consultant before all of this team formation can happen. Right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Can we have your contacts?
Absolutely. Though with the permission of my Oga here, I don't know if my Oga is still here. Belema. But let's see if there's anyone. If there's one more person, who else is okay? Nobody's there. Okay, so fine. Is there anybody else here who has a question? We still have 4 minutes. What's it called? Is there anybody here?
Everything is fine.
Who is that?
Johnson.
Thompson. I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson. Thompson, please talk to us.
Johnson.
Is Thompson still here? Oga Thompson.
Johnson, not Thompson.
Johnson. I'm sorry, Johnson. Is Johnson here?
Oh, okay.
Johnson, if you're here, please go ahead. But I can't see his hand raised though. Maybe he raised it prior. Johnson, if you're here, you can speak. If not, I think you can close us up. I realize that we have more people now than when we started. Maybe we can do this again.
Yeah, okay. So what I wanted to suggest was that if you be next Saturday, then we'll go into a practical session where we'll take on business. We'll just take a round.
Okay.
So that session is developing a business plan for that one business. So you see the whole process. Are you getting me? So that
and
you
everybody
can
writes down.
Yeah, because what I like is practicals. Are you getting me? Practicals.
Not just take information and not that is not applicable.
Do anything with it. So thank you. We appreciate your time. Yeah, anybody that wants to contact her, I don't know whether you will call your WhatsApp number or I don't know how you're going to do it or give an email address. So
yes. I can call my WhatsApp number. You can take it down 080-339-42015. 080-339-42015. You can send me WhatsApp message. Hi. I'll respond. If you have any questions, you can talk to me. And in fact, I think that by next week when I come here, Belema, if you would let me, I'll discuss with you first about a few things I would like to share with regards to some opportunities that I have found for some people who may be interested. I'll probably just crossbreed that idea with you first of all, if you think it's something that is viable and some of the people here may need it, we may just want to share.
All right.
How do you call the number again?
080-339-42015. Omowumi Gani. Face looks familiar. Omowumi Gani.
Can I speak?
Yes, ma'am. The face is familiar.
Good evening. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't join on time. I traveled and I was tired and I just slept off. So when I woke up, I realized that I'm missed, but I just joined.
Okay,
I just joined it by then. No. So I'm keen into the idea of having the practicals.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so that we can have. The little I listened that I heard. I think you have the practical will be good for everybody.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So can I have your number again so that I can call me? We can talk better.
Okay, 080.
Yes, please.
339.
Yes, please.
420.
Yeah.
15.
Okay. 15.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you a call so that we can discuss it. So maybe we've met before that. I can't remember.
Yes, I think so. But WhatsApp is better. I'm not around. So
I know. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Belema. I really appreciate it. I think I need
WhatsApp messages, though, not WhatsApp calls. So
yes,
WhatsApp messages.
It's okay. Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
See you next week.
Since you have our contact, she can also share her
PDF
presentation. Yes. I will also share it in the groups that I'm working on access to finance. Then you go through it, and by the time we're coming back next week, Saturday by 7 p.m., going to also be with their devices to also do their own business plans by the side while using our own. Because this skill, once you learn it for yourself. And like you have heard from her, it's simple, it's easy. It's not as difficult as you think it is. Look at, she explained it perfectly well.
Absolutely.
My phone for 1 second. I followed her through to the end. So learn it for yourself. And for those of them are in the Access to Finance book, you know how important this is. Important. So thank you very much. Thank you, Doris, for your time. It's quite late in Dubai, I understand. Thank you for staying up to this time. We really appreciate it. So everybody, you can
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank
God
you. We
bless
appreciate
you.
you, ma. God bless you, ma.
God
Thank you,
bless you. We
sir.
appreciate.
Thank you, Mr. Beleman. Thank you. God bless you.
Mr. Belema, thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
God
Thank you.
bless
We
you.
appreciate you, madam.
Thank
All right.
you.
Good night, people.
Good night.
This is Saturday,
Thank
7
you.
p.m.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Saturday, 7 p.m. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, guys. So sorry that I would have to just end it here. I was. Okay, guys. So sorry that I would have to just end it here. I was